Are you paralyzed by the fear of what people think of you? Now, if this is you, this is completely normal, and this is what we're going to be talking about today. So you're paralyzed about what people think of you. Now, this is something that's extremely hard to get over, and I've battled it many times in my life. And the older I get, the more I realize that it really doesn't matter. But I've been there. I've been there at a young age, right? I've been there when I was just a kid, and growing up, I was very overweight. I was very shy, but I wasn't always that way. I tried to break out of that mold. I was always told that you can't be that loud, obnoxious kid, and I stopped myself, right? And I was trying to just be more outgoing, and then I got burnt, and that's all it took. It caused me to shrivel up, and it caused me not to expose myself anymore, right? So that's why I became very, very quiet throughout my life, a good majority of my life, because I always assumed that, why come out and say something if you're not going to say anything productive? And yes, I believe to a fact that yes, that is true. You want to provide knowledge and don't want to just to blurt out random things, but it really did an impact on me. You know what I'm saying? It caused me not to branch out more and be more talkative and everything like that as a kid. And I found that it wasn't up until like I was a teenager to where I was really like, I grew out of the overweight stage, and I started working out all the time, and I gained more confidence. And I think that's the biggest thing is to realize that you have to build the confidence, right? You have to understand that, the world is going to go on as it is. Everybody has their issues, right? No one's actually concerned about what you are doing, right? Everybody's got their own world. They're more concerned about what they're doing. And especially if they see that you're doing better than them, they will try to, put you down. They will try to knock you down to their level. And that's the biggest thing, is to realize that because you might be a front runner, you might be the person that's out there, and you're afraid that something is going to happen to you, right? You're afraid you're going to put yourself out there and people are just going to be nasty. And that's true. There will be those nasty people. There'll be those nasty people, there'll be those good people that actually support you. And that's what you have to go off of. There is no way people are going to like you across the board. There's going to be the people that love you, and there's going to be people that hate you. And it's just that way. It's the way the world works, right? And so you can't let that be your demise. You can't let that guide your life because you feel like, well, I don't want to do this because I'm afraid, especially like starting a business or doing anything like that, or just, letting somebody know how you feel about them, right? Because you're afraid about getting burnt. And that's something you can't let do, because if you allow that to dictate your life, you're going to be missing out on tons of good things in life. And to care about what people think, that's great, that's their opinion, but you have to have a higher self-worth, and taking that leap and doing those kinds of things is self-love, right? Knowing that you trust in yourself, that you're not worried about what other people are going to think of you when you put yourself out there, because you have to be that way, or you can live a really miserable life by worrying about what everybody thinks, by living by somebody else's standards, right? We don't want to live by nobody else's standards but our own, right? Nobody else knows what's going to make us happy. Nobody else knows what's going to fulfill our life but us. And if you're 80 years old and you're sitting in your rocking chair and you're wondering, well, why didn't I do this? Why did I allow people to dictate my life? And you're going to be regretful. You're going to be miserable because you allowed other people to dictate your life, and it's just not worth it. You need to put whatever their opinion is, that's great, and you can take criticism, that's fine, but you have to look at it positive, right? They're not doing it, they may be doing it trying to harm you, but what you need to take out of it is to understand that, yes, okay, maybe whatever they said maybe it's good criticism, maybe it's not, maybe you could just throw it in the waste bin and not even worry about it, right? But the big thing is to just take it with a grain of salt, is to look at, was there any constructive criticism, right? Is there anything I can actually take from this and learn from these people are trying to, throw at me? And you can't allow the negative to sink in, right? You don't want these people to get to you, because that's exactly what they're trying to do. They're trying to knock you down to their level, and that's not at all what you're trying to do. You need to just overcome the fear, right? And don't let people just make you feel bad for something that you see value in, right? That's what all it comes down to. If you see value in it, there should be no reason why you can't do it. You can't go off of what other people are going to sit there and just joke and say nasty things and not allow you to grow, because growth is where the value is. And not allowing yourself to be happy with the growth is going to be hard, right? People are going to sit there and just constantly be bombarding you with things that just make absolutely no sense, and what you see value in, they don't see value in, right? They won't hold value for the same things that you hold value in. And that's something you've got to be aware of, that, that's great. They have their own concerns and values, and they know what makes them happy. You know what makes you happy. Don't be worried about what they're going to do. Maybe you got bigger dreams, right? Maybe you want to do bigger things, and that person may not have as many big dreams as you have. Maybe they've given up on their dreams, so they just feel, well, if that person's going to put themselves out there, well, I don't like that, and I'm going to go ahead and just say, everything you're doing is just garbage, right? And that's not true, right? If you see value in it, then it means something to you, right? You don't want to follow the crowd, because what if that crowd goes jumping off a cliff? Then you're going to be going right there with them. Why not just take that step outside the crowd and actually look at what you're going to get out of it, right? Following the crowd is never a good idea, right? You may feel comforted by the crowd, right? Because the crowd may swarm you and you feel somewhat secure, but it's a false security, right? You're not gonna be happy. You're not gonna be secure, because you're not gonna be living yourself. You're not gonna be improving the things that you want to improve on, right? Because you have bigger dreams. And breaking out of the mold and stepping on your own can be scary, but that's something I really want you guys to do, to really look at, is what you see value in. You shouldn't hold back. You don't want to be regretting anything in life, right? Your life is all about the journey. Your life is all about, having this life resume, essentially. And if you're so worried about what everybody else is doing, all the average, the common people that aren't themselves, right? That aren't acting as themselves, or everybody's modeling themselves into this person that they want, that they see they should be, when in fact is not the truth. That's you want to be yourself, right? We want unique people. We don't want everybody to just be the same, right? Why do we all want to be cut out of the mold? Then life would just be straight boring at that point, right? Well, we need all different kinds of people from all different kinds of walks of life. And so this is extremely important, to just be yourself, and whatever you see value is to take that. And that's what I want to do for you guys today. Today, I want you to go out, and whatever it is that you guys think, or anything you guys wanted to try, right? If you guys wanted to do business, or if you guys wanted to try out for the varsity team, or whatever it is, you guys need to do it. Just go out and do it. You need to take action on it and just do it, or else you're going to talk yourself out of it. You're going to be worried about what everybody else is thinking and how you're going to be judged about it. But you know what? You took the steps, you took the action when nobody else would, right? So if this is you and you're going to actually go out and do something, and I highly advise that you do that, you just take the action now, not worry about what people are thinking, because this is the only way you're going to get over this being paralyzed and fear about what other people think, is by actually just taking action and throwing yourself into the fire. And if you get burnt, you get burnt, right? It doesn't matter what the other people think, because you saw value in it and you were trying to, cash in on it, right? This is you. It's not you playing this person out here that everybody glorifies. That's not you. Be unique. Go out and take the action you need to do to be yourself. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you know somebody who is dealing with being paralyzed, the fear with dealing with other people, you just share this with them, and then you both take action. Help each other. Whatever you need to do, take the action you need to get over the fear of what other people think, because it's not worth holding back anything in life. So until next time, I will see you guys later.